Hi, welcome to my perfect journey where I discuss my life using the Jenny Penton Plan a Perfect scripting method. Today we're going to discuss scripting and what it actually is as I understand it and as how I use it. We're going to do a little comparison between to-do lists and the scripting method. Keep in mind I've only been using the scripting method for about a year, so I'm not using it to its fullest yet. Every month I progress farther and farther into using it completely to its fullest. I will go over how I use it, how I understand it, and how I see it. These are my views. If you want to actually hear how it was presented originally, definitely check out Jenny Penton's channel on YouTube. I believe it's under Plan a Perfect. First, let's compare the concepts between to-do lists and scripting. I look at a to-do list as being reactive. You see something that needs to be done, you put it on a list, you get it done when you get a chance. You're reacting to your life. You're reacting to what there is that needs to be done. Whereas the scripting method is proactive. You sit down at the beginning of the month, you think about what you want to accomplish that month, and then you proactively list it down on your monthly goals, pull it into your weekly scripting, and you proactively live your life instead of reacting to what happens. I always felt anxiety of to-do lists. They never got shorter. There was just more and more that would get put on there. It would get so big that there would be times where I would just stop doing anything on it because it just was overwhelming and it never seemed to end. I would check off one thing, 3 more things would go on. And Lord help the person who asked me to add 1 more thing to my to-do list. I distinctly remember people coming up to me going, family, my children, my husband, coming up to me going, please don't get mad, but I need. And it always made me feel horrible because I knew I was overwhelmed. I didn't know how to change it. I knew that they were justified in that because there was times where they would ask me for something and I would have a complete meltdown because I could not add that one additional thing onto my day. I did not know how to change it. With the scripting method, I feel calm, relaxed, because I know exactly what it is that I need to get done. And that extra thing, that's fine. It's okay because I've been doing self-care. I've been taking care of myself first. I'm in a good spot. I'm able to do that extra thing that needs to be done. On top of the self-care and making sure that I'm in a good spot so that I am able to do everything that needs to be done for me, my family, others outside the house. I also know how long it's going to take me to get things accomplished. I have it scripted out. I know what my day is going to look like. I know when I do have extra free time. So adding that extra thing in is not this big, huge, overwhelming, oh my gosh, my to-do list is so long. How am I going to get everything done? I have it all planned out. The other difference is that to-do lists need to be reviewed. You kind of write it down and forget about it. If you're not reviewing it and looking at it and as a reminder, then things fall by the wayside. You forget that you have them. With the scripting method, you're engaging your brain in scripting your day, so you are using the subconscious. And I find that once I have it written down and once I have it scripted, I don't have to look at it again. I know exactly how my day is going to go. I do most of my scripting the night before. I will script out my whole day for the next day, and then I just get up and do it. For instance, this morning, I scripted that I would get up early. I believe I had put in before 8 o'clock to get up this morning. Have a cup of coffee, kind of chill, do these videos. It was 5:58, I think. I woke up wide awake. No question, I was wide awake. I was not going back to sleep. Came downstairs, had my cup of coffee, and got started on the videos. Because my body knew, my mind knew this is what I had planned for today. I needed to get up, get these videos done, and then move on to my next goals. There was no alarm clock. There was me sitting here thinking, 6 o'clock in the morning is a wee bit too early to be getting up, but I got up anyways, and I'm doing my thing. That's the scripting method. That's also something that should be pointed out, that you gotta be careful about what you script because your mind takes it seriously. Scripting is really powerful, and you really need to make sure that what you want is what you're scripting. I had at one point scripted that I wanted to get up in the morning about half an hour earlier and exercise. And I did. I automatically got up and I exercised. There were times where I was doing this exercise and I think I was actually still asleep. I didn't do it before coffee. I did do it before coffee. So I'm kind of a coffee girl. I needed to get moving in the morning. Mornings are not my thing. So I'm up, moving, exercising, doing my thing, and I really don't think I was awake. I think I was still half asleep, but I told my body and told my mind that's what we were going to do, and that's what we did. I decided that's not something I really actually wanted to do. Like getting up that early just was not my thing. I stopped scripting it. I also stopped doing it. Okay, so let's get into the details of the actual scripting method. So the first thing you do is, I get the Jenny Penton's planner books. Just real quick on that, love the paper, can put anything on it. I've watercolored, acrylic paint, stamps, stickers, various pens. I've never had any blade through. So I do use hers. She has it set up where you have, I wish I had a brand new one here, and I don't. It is set up so that you have the month calendar on the first 2 pages. The second page is, there's like 4 pages of goals, and then there is the week at a glance, and then several pages behind where you script your week. It's about a day a page. It's actually, she has it set up so it's 2 pages a day except for 2 days. A lot of people do the weekends 1 page each. I personally do more stuff on the weekends, so I do Monday, Tuesday, which are my kind of chill days, as 1 page each, because usually it's just working. And then my weekends take up 2 pages each because I fit a lot in a weekend. So you start the month off by going in and filling out your goals. You start off with a header. So for instance, let's say you have a fitness goal. Your header would be fitness. Your header would be fitness. And then after that, you go, what do you want to do? Now you're only planning for the month. So you're not going to sit there and say, I want to lose 20 pounds. Losing 20 pounds in a month isn't realistic. So you would say lose 5 pounds. So that is a realistic goal for a month. Then you go down farther. What are you going to do to lose that 5 pounds? Are you going to take up running? Are you going to take up walking? Are you going to join the gym? What are you going to do to lose that 5 pounds? Okay, so you've decided that you're going to take up running and weightlifting. Okay, perfect. So now we have a couple categories down. What does that exactly look like? So on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're going to run 2 miles in the morning before work. And then on Tuesday, Thursday, you're going to do weightlifting after work at the gym. And you're going to do dumbbells and the lateral machine. That's how specific you get with your goals. You list the header, what your goal is, and how you're going to accomplish it. And then as you're going through the week, as you're scripting your day, so let's say you're scripting Monday. Monday, you're supposed to run 2 miles in the morning before you get up. So you would start off with, I will get up at 6 o'clock. I'm gonna throw on my gray t-shirt with my black running pants. I'm going to run 2 miles before work. I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna shower. But when you're scripting your day, you're gonna be as detailed as possible. Other header suggestions would be books I want to read, self-improvement, Bible study, family, nutrition, anything you want to have growth in. And don't limit yourself to just small goals. There's so much out there. You would be amazed what you can accomplish. So when you're scripting, whether it be on your goals or your daily scripting, weekly scripting, I do daily and I do goals and I do daily. It has to be in detail. So for instance, let's say you're having a bake day where you're gonna bake up a bunch of goodies, stick them in the freezer so you can just pull them out. Or I used to do once a month cooking, which was awesome. You just cooked everything once a month, stuck in the freezer and just pulled it out and stuck it in the oven. That was good times. So if you are gonna do, let's say a baking day as an example, you're gonna list everything in detail. You're gonna list what it is that you're gonna be baking. If you're gonna be making breads or cakes or cookies, are you making chocolate chip cookies? Are you making oatmeal cookies? Are you making chocolate cake, carrot cake? You're gonna make a list of what it is that you need at the store when you're gonna go to the store and pick it up. You're gonna make a list of what order you're gonna do them in. So for instance, cake takes longer, but same temperature. I'm not a baker, so by all means, I'm making this up. Cake takes longer, but cookies bake at the same temperature. Maybe make the cake while that's cooking. You can make the cookies and put them in at the same time as the cake is, so everything gets done, and so you're using the most efficient use of your time. Or another example, let's say you're going to redecorate your living room. You're going to want to list your color scheme. You're going to want to list exactly what colors you want on the walls, which type of paint you're going to get, where you're going to get the paint when you're picking it up. Are you getting a new chair? What do you want that chair to look like? Do you want a wingback chair? Do you want floral print? Do you want just a basic color? Are you going to add pillows? Are you putting carpet in, taking carpet out? Write down every single thing in detail and how it's going to get accomplished. Then the day that you do it, you're not going to have to think about it because it's just going to be there and it's going to come back and everything is just going to go just like that, and you'd be amazed how smooth it goes. The best way I can explain why doing it in detail is so important, and writing down all the details is so important, is because your mind is only able to focus in on the things you tell it to focus in on. It's like when you buy a new car. You've never noticed before that it seems like everyone has that same car or that same color car. Your mind focuses in on what you tell it to focus in. By scripting and writing in detail, you are telling your mind to focus in on this, and this is what you're going to do. That's why it's important to make sure you're scripting what it is you truly, honestly want and how you want to live your life. Again, think big, not just small. You want your mind to focus in on things that move you forward, that move you towards your goals, towards a better life. You don't want them to focus in on negative things or random things that are not moving you to the best life you possibly can have. This is how I'm currently doing my scripting. I am doing just that. I am scripting for the day for what I want to get done in the short term. There is another step to scripting. I haven't gone that far yet. You're scripting as if it has happened, and by doing that, it moves you forward towards that goal. So let's say you want to be a CPA. You script something similar to, like, I enjoy being a CPA. I enjoy going into the office and working on spreadsheets all day. I enjoy the people. I enjoy the work. The work is very fulfilling. It makes me happy. I'm really glad I'm in this position. Even if you haven't even started school, but your goal is to be a CPA, you can script this way. And that triggers your mind to then push you towards that goal. Now, I understand this concept, and I do actually do it in one aspect of my life. I decided about 3 weeks ago that I'm going to be debt-free in 5 years. Everything, house, mortgage, not going to have any debt in 5 years. So I do future script that. I do write down how I feel being debt-free, what I like about being debt-free. I do that to push myself subconsciously to move forward into a debt-free life. Outside of that, I do not. And here's the reason why I personally don't do it. In the future, I probably will start doing it. As of right now, I'm not actually sure what I want. I think I know what I want for my future, but I also don't think I'm dreaming big enough. So because of that, I'm seeing where I'm being led right now. And once I get it figured out, then I will future plan, or I will future script to get me to the point where I want to be. So here's an example of what has happened to me in the past that is leading me to just kind of wait and see where I'm headed before I start doing this kind of scripting. So several years ago, we put our house up on the market. We were planning on moving, and during that time, we were looking at other houses. I found one that I absolutely loved. There was nothing about the house I did not love. It was close to a park. It was close to a pool. The kids could walk to both of those very comfortably. It was a great location. It was a great house. I loved that house. Things happened. We took our house off the market. Shortly after that, the housing market took a nosedive. And it was a good thing that we hadn't gotten the house because it was overpriced, because it was for the market nosedive. But I would keep thinking about that house. I would keep thinking about how much I really liked that house, how I wish we could have had it, how I would, think, hey, maybe in the future I'll go up for sale again, and at that time we can get it. It was the cutest little house ever. Fast forward multiple years, still thinking about this house because, cute house, loved it, great location, but we were getting into horses and we were paying board for all these animals. So we were kind of, sort of, looking at potentially, maybe, possibly, very non-committal, just in the very basic sense, looking for a farm. And someone came up to us and said, hey, here you're looking for a farm. I'm selling mine. I think it'd be perfect for you. And we're like, okay. We went and looked at it. It was a nice farm. I loved the house. The house is perfectly set up. It's an older style house, but it had things that we would never have thought to look for in a farm. It had a great location. 6 months later, we're living in that farm. Had we bought the house that I wished we had bought and had spent all that time, kind of just sad that we didn't get, we wouldn't have been able to get the farm. Having the animals right outside my door is amazing. But it just proved to me that I just wasn't dreaming big enough. I needed to dream bigger, and I wasn't doing it. So right now I'm kind of in a holding pattern, just doing the things that I'm being led to do, like this YouTube channel, until I can kind of see where I'm being led and what dream I'm supposed to do that I'm just not dreaming big enough for yet. And that's why, outside of the budgeting and being debt-free in 5 years, I'm not doing the future planning, because I don't feel I know what my biggest dream is yet. And once I do, and once I know exactly where I'm going, and I feel hints of it, I feel like it's starting to come together. But once it does, then I'll start doing the future planning or future scripting to get myself to that where I need to go. The last thing I want to do is limit myself or send myself in the wrong direction when there is a bigger plan for me that I'm just not quite aware of yet. Even this YouTube channel is part of the journey to get me to where I need to be and where my end goal is. I know at some point I'm going to look back and say, yeah, if it wasn't for that channel, I wouldn't be here. And how do I know? Because it's way outside my comfort level. It was an idea that came to me and I knew I needed to run with it. I felt so passionate about it. But a year ago, I would have just been like, well, that's silly, and walked away and not done it. But I know that it is part of my journey, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I am doing it. And I'm learning a lot from doing it that I feel will have carryover at some point. So just real quick about the scripting method, to go over it again. Details, details, details. You must write in details. Write what it is that you want to do and you want to accomplish. Remember, it's very powerful, especially after you start using it for a while and you get your mind retrained into thinking that way. So make sure that if you are writing that you want to get up at 5 a.m. to exercise, that you truly, honestly want to get up at 5 a.m. to exercise. I did not want to get up at 5 a.m. to do anything. Let's be honest. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again in my next installment of my perfect journey.